Morning, but as is the usual custom here, on Saturday mornings, we bring Alden Davis in, big-time corporate consultant and an engineer by training. Isn't that
engineer,
your training?
Mechanical.
But you've taken those principles and you've kind of applied them to life.
To social issues.
To social issues. And so what we do is every week, just kind of a little self-improvement. I kind of like this. And plus he brings donuts from Luke. So, I mean, But there is some value to this besides donuts.
Yeah.
So what are we doing today?
Well, I'm looking forward today. We'll be looking at the legacy of Jean Alma Bauer, a 5-acre hilltop in the San Bernardino Mountains that became a daffodil pilgrimage site. A 50-year vision for her life. We pick up from last week with affirmations to thrive in 2012. Print off your New Year affirmations at myvaluetree.com. Stick around, and we'll begin right after weather and sports with Scott Gray.
You got it. 7:14, and there's a lot of sports to talk about, and Scott will get to that here in just a minute. 23 on WTIC. Well, as is usual and customary in Meet and Just, it's a time for our star power lesson. And by the way, myvaluetree.com is the website you go to. Alden Davis. I mean, this guy just came back from India where he was consulting for somebody, right?
That's absolutely correct.
So
it's an economy. People are working hard. Everybody's trying to make a living.
Well, once again, this is kind of what I was talking about, just for a sec, to digress for a sec before we get to the Luke's Donuts and have your speech, your talk. But, I mean, the deal is, you don't realize how nice it is here.
Oh, there is no comparison.
Earlier, yeah.
The worst day here is better than the best day for a lot of people over there.
So keep that in mind as we try and move on with our lives and improve and better and higher and higher.
That's right. Here we are at the close of week 2 in the new year. An exciting time to gaze across the landscape of 2012 and chart our course. Today we continue our series of 6 affirmations to help us thrive by stretching ourselves with directed self-talk. You know, that script that is constantly running in the background of your mind. Coach is trying to get your attention, to wake you up, to create a sense of disharmony so that you choose to exercise more control over your life and behaviors. With a copy of the affirmations in front of you,
got it.
Take a look at number 2. I am very clear about what I want in life. Simple to say, but for many complex to do. Just this week, Ray, you interviewed Allison Cheston, who made a whole business out of helping people figure out what they want in life, especially when it comes to their work. A big target audience for her is new grads. What I want in life comes through introspection. Who am I? Really? Remember the movie Runaway Bride with Julia Roberts? The whole story comes down to the question posed to her, do you like your eggs scrambled or fried? Meaning figure out who you are. Think about wants through 3 lenses. What I want physically, what I want spiritually, and what meaning do I want to create with my life? I have only met one person in my journeys whose want was defined as make as much as I can, or stated otherwise, have the biggest house on the highest hill. Everyone else seems to be, I want to provide for my family. I want to be a contribution. I want to be part of a team. I want a safe environment. I want my children to grow up. Spiritually, I have met only one person whose want was to be transcendent. That said, what do you want in life? It is easy to get sucked into the daily flow of life, and quickly, the daily routine defines me. Want. Who has time for want with all I have to do? This is exactly why we have affirmation 2. I am very clear about what I want in life, because life has a way of slipping by one day at a time. Notice the word clear? I mean in focus, and I can describe what I want in great detail. It also means you know where I stand, as in, let me be clear with you. Being clear helps me make choices, and that's what gets me to what I want. Let me tell you the story of Jean Alma Bauer to make the point. In 1958, as a young woman around the age of 27, she and her husband moved onto a 5-acre hilltop parcel in the San Bernardino Mountains in Southern California, up near Lake Arrowhead. Having an artist's eye, she wanted to use the hills as her canvas and daffodils as her paints. And so, over the years, she planted bulbs, and more bulbs, and more bulbs, until today, the hillsides are covered with flowing colors of 1 million daffodils, all planted by her. She created meaning for her life by creating something of beauty for others to enjoy. And each year, come spring, people from all over will come to enjoy the beauty of her creation. Check out today's handout, and you can see pictures of her gardens and follow some links describing her work. At 86 now, her work has ended and the garden is complete. What a great example of affirmation, too. I am very clear about what I want in life. Her work inspired the short story called The Daffodil Principle, which starts with a young woman cajoling her mother to take the time to go on the drive to see this wondrous sight. When confronted with the beauty that had been created, one bulb at a time, the mother has an awakening, and I quote, "For me, that moment was a life-changing experience. I thought of this woman whom I had never met, who, more than 40 years before, had begun, one bulb at a time, to bring her vision of beauty and joy to an obscure mountaintop. Planting one bulb at a time, year after year, this unknown woman had forever changed the world in which she lived. One day at a time, she had created something of extraordinary magnificence, beauty, and inspiration. The principle her daffodil garden taught is one of the greatest principles of celebration. That is, learning to move toward our goals and desires one step at a time, often just one baby step at a time, and learning to love the doing, learning to use the accumulation of time. When we multiply tiny pieces of time with small increments of daily effort, we too will find we can accomplish magnificent things. We can change the world. When you are clear about what you want in life, your life will unfold in miraculous ways and you will thrive, one bulb at a time." Well, Coach is already excited about the next time we are together when we'll look at affirmation 3.
Yes.
I am continually discovering new strengths inside myself. Go to myvaluetree.com and print off these affirmations and post them where you will say them each day. Stretch yourself with directed self-talk and claim these as your own. You will be surprised how much better 2012 will be for you. Don't forget to do your goal sheet for 2012 as well. These are our days. I'm Coach Davis.
That was good.
The Daffodil
Well, I
Principle.
think that baby step, I like that.
It is.
And you know what? I think the other thing is, and really a lot of people don't know.